Hey guys, Chris Chavez here from ChavezCreative Company. It's been a minute since I've made one of these videos. I unfortunately got COVID. I'm good now. I'm fine at the tail end of getting everything just out of my system. Hence me still hanging out here in my apartment filming until everything is a-okay. But I'm back. I'm starting off this week strong with some new content for you to help you understand the planning process before you go into hitting record and creating your content for your business. And that's what this episode is all about. Your product or your service has already been created, it's ready to go, but now it's your job to share it and to showcase it to your target audience so that, let's say your product can be purchased, but the consumer needs to understand what that product is, what it does, how it benefits them. That's where the planning comes in when it comes to creating content, marketing content, to get all those things, those little vital pieces of information out so that your consumer, your target audience has the perfect amount of information to make a decision whether they should purchase or they should skip out on what you're offering. But before we dive into it, guys, if this is your first time visiting my channel, please hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so you could be notified from Minnesota apparently, so you could be notified of all things as I create them. So before you even created that product, you asked yourselves a series of questions. Number one, you asked, who is your target audience? First question, right? What issues does that audience have, right? Second question. Then you ask yourself, how can your product be the solution for that problem? Do you see where I'm getting at? You have to ask these series of questions so that you can adequately create something that's going to be the answer. That's going to be that's going to get them out of this crux that they're in. That's what you did in the beginning process of creating a product. So now the product's done, we're gonna do almost the same kind of questioning this time for marketing. So let's break this down. Target audience, this is where we're gonna start. So target audience, think about it this way. Let's say you are a sunglass manufacturer, right? You have all these different styles and shapes and colors of sunglasses, but you wanna make sure your target audience understands all the sunglasses that you have, and you don't wanna show them something too soon that might be like, oof, first impressions, I don't like those glasses. I'm not going to look at the rest of what they got. Do a poll. Ask them, do you like A, B, or C? And then after you let this poll go for a week, then you know what they're looking for, what they like. Then you know, okay, so I'm gonna include these 3 styles of sunglasses so that the audience knows we have these. These are readily available to you. Make sense? You got to think about your demographic, guys, the age and the sex. I mean, a lot of these things are very basic, but when it comes to creating marketing content, they mean a lot. Because if you are targeting towards a younger crowd, the style that you're going to shoot is going to be more upbeat. It's going to be, more, you know what I mean? That's going to have more of a youthful feel to it, and that's going to appeal to that specific, age range. You're not going to play that exact same kind of, Kendrick Lamar type music with an age demographic that's on the older side. They're not going to gravitate and they're not going to really feel like they can connect with the material. So think about the age, the sex, because that's what's going to help you understand the style in which you're going to shoot the content. And then with the video, think about, what do you hope to gain? Like, are you wanting visibility within your business? Do you want sales? Do you want leads? What is the purpose of your marketing video? Ask yourself that question, because obviously every business is different. I mean, yet again, if you have a product or service, they're gonna both ask for different things. You're gonna want different things from both of them. So ask, what's the point of this video? What do I hope to gain from it? And the last one is very important, guys. Budget. You need to make sure that you're allocating your funds appropriately so that you have what is needed if you need to hire actors for your project, right? Or you need to hire someone to do a voiceover, or you might just need the extra help in filming and you need to hire an external videographer to come in and do some things, right? Or even film the entire video. So think about these little steps. I mean, this is a very short video, but when you sit down and you actually answer all these questions about, the demographic and what's the purpose and all this stuff, when you map it out, then you're like, okay, I know exactly what we need to do for our sunglass. We need an introduction video that's going to talk about these jet black, perfectly round but go with me, perfectly round glasses that are going to hit the market. They're brand new, they're carbon fiber, they are not gonna break. These are perfect. Bam, this is what we're doing. Introduction video, how we're gonna do this. We develop a story, right? And we'll go into that a little bit later, but this is just the basic planning that I wanted to talk about. And of course, with every project that you do, it's gonna fluctuate. It's gonna gear towards the older crowd instead of the younger crowd, or it's gonna be right in the middle. So you're gonna constantly have a fluctuation of different changes, but the way that you plan it is basically the exact same. Now, yet again, we're gonna go into another video down the road when it comes to just building a story for your video, but I wanted you to think about just these couple little basic little things that you need to be that needs to be in the back of your mind when you go into planning to create these things. And it may seem very basic and it may be something you already know, but at least I wanted to get it out there. And if you're brand new to creating content, if you're a startup or if you're thinking about being a startup, it goes the same for even doing an introduction video for yourself. You're gonna ask the exact same questions. But this time, instead of the product, you're gonna talk about your services, who you are, and your call to action. It's the same thing. It's just breaking it all down, answering these questions that are gonna lead to expressing valuable information that's gonna help the consumer really dissect and analyze if this is something that is right for them. But guys, that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and yet again, sorry for the lack of content. It's so much better not being on my bed, laying down for days after days, sleeping, but you know, it's a lot better now. But thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Now go out, create, and inspire.